Hello and welcome back to Sax Wizard, the YouTube channel dedicated to helping you improve every day on the saxophone. Today we're taking a closer look at something called the dominant pentatonic scale. Okay, let's jump straight in. There's a good chance that you're already familiar with your major and minor pentatonic scales. I've covered these before on the channel. These are some of the first scales that you learn, and for good reason. They're extremely versatile and useful. But the dominant version, the dominant pentatonic, is slightly less well known. As the name suggests, the dominant pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale that's typically played over a dominant chord. For example, we would play our G dominant pentatonic scale over a G dominant chord, and we would play our C dominant pentatonic scale over a C dominant chord. If we take our standard Mixolydian scale, also known as the dominant scale, and play the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th and 7th scale degrees, it gives us our dominant pentatonic scale. So we're missing out the 4th and 6th notes of the Mixolydian scale. In the example of G Mixolydian or G dominant, our dominant pentatonic scale would be G, A, B, D and F. For our major pentatonic, we play 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and for our dominant pentatonic, we play 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So there's only one note that's different to the major scale version that we already know, the 7th. And you can hear that it's that minor 7th, the F natural, that gives the scale its characteristic dominant sound. You'll notice that if we rearrange the order of the notes in the scale, we can create a dominant 9 chord. We have the root, 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th. In the example of a G dominant 9 chord, that's G, B, D, F and A. This means that technically all the notes in the dominant pentatonic scale are chord tones of a dominant 9 chord. This makes the scale very forgiving and beginner friendly when soloing over dominant chords. So it's a really useful scale to have in your improvisation toolbox, especially when you're new to soloing over dominant chords. To start with, try looping a single dominant chord in iReal Pro. Get used to how the scale sounds over a dominant chord, especially that minor 7th, and then try creating some licks. Here's an example of me playing the G dominant pentatonic scale over a G dominant chord. If you want to take your pentatonic practice to the next level, you could try soloing over something like a 12-bar blues. You could also start looking at some dominant pentatonic patterns. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for listening. See you next time.